Hello, welcome to my free training for business owners, specifically holistic practice owners. This is Jeannie Warfel, and I'm going to introduce you to IES Business Coaching and our eCoaching platform. There are two main components to any marketing plan: strategic marketing and tactical marketing. Strategic marketing is the content of your message. It's what you say and how you say it, including the concepts you choose to focus on, the words and the images you use to communicate those concepts, and the tone in which the message is delivered. Tactical marketing, on the other hand, has to do with the execution of the strategic marketing, such as placing ads, building a website, attending trade shows, and things like that. If I ask a business owner about their marketing plan, the answer almost always comes back in terms of tactical marketing. They send direct mail, run radio and social media ads, create a website, those kinds of things. But the key to effective marketing is to master the strategic side, not the tactical. What you say in your marketing and how you say it are almost always more important than the marketing medium where you say it. Both are important, of course, but the real leverage is in the messaging itself. And that's the strategic side of marketing. In fact, when a marketing campaign fails, the tendency is almost always to blame the marketing medium, like the TV or radio station or Facebook, which is the tactical part of the plan, without any regard to how good or bad the strategy behind that marketing piece was. What is the actual purpose of marketing? What is marketing really supposed to do? Well, in a nutshell, marketing is supposed to help facilitate your prospect's decision-making process. There are clients out there that need to buy what you sell. Sometimes they need to be educated to the fact that they need to buy what you sell in the first place. And other times they already know that they want it, but they need help deciding from whom they should buy it. Often they think that they might want what you sell, but they have questions and concerns that need to be overcome before they'll pull out their credit card. And many people don't like sales calls. But consider this: because these prospects are not experts in what you do, or their exposure to what you sell is quite low, they don't really know the relevant issues surrounding the purchase. They don't know how to make the best decision. They can't tell the difference between the best deal and a major mistake, which leaves an opportunity for you to provide them with this information and then guide them through the buying process. All prospects want the same things. They want to feel confident that their money has been well spent. They want to get the best deal, not just the best price, but the best deal in terms of overall value. People instinctively want to make the best decision possible and not feel like they got to second guess their buying decision. All you have to do as the marketer is figure out what's important to your clients. Educate them as to what constitutes the best deal when it comes to buying what you sell. Remember, value. And then show them quantifiable proof that you actually provide the best deal in terms of price and value. All this has to be communicated to them in a way they'll pay attention to, believe in, and then take action on. Prospective buyers want and need to be educated so they can feel confident when making their purchase decision. And very few practitioners are providing it. But there's good news. The ones who provide clients with this information win all the most profitable clients or patients available. If this is not done properly, you start to feel pressure from your prospects, and typically you're forced to cave in, lower your prices, destroy your margins, and make way less money than you should just to stay competitive. And you get to spend more time at work and away from your family than those that are successful. Here's the brutal truth. If you're always competing on price, it's because there's no discernible difference between you and your competition. There have been no additional parameters or relevant issues introduced to educate your clients as to what really constitutes the best value when it comes to buying what you sell. If you feel like you're always competing on price, it's because it's the only relevant variable that you've given your prospects to consider. From the prospect's perspective, all things appear equal, so they default the decision off of who offers the lowest price. It's not your fault because every business school teaches the same old theory based on the broken model. However, I'm about to show you how to fix that once and for all. Our system, simply put, is a step-by-step program for innovating and growing your revenue and profits. The system will allow you to first be better than your competition. And then second, do better marketing than your competition. This allows you to separate your business from your competition and become the obvious choice for your clients to do business with. Consider this. There are actually two sides to your business. First, there's what I call the inside reality. And second, what I call the outside perception. The inside reality encompasses everything you do and everything that makes your business great. It's all of your skills, the people who work for you, your expertise, the way you service your patients or clients before, during, and after the sale. It's your systems, your operational procedures, your commitment to excellence. It's your passion and the way you conduct your business on a daily basis. Add these all together and they equal your value to the marketplace. That's what I call the inside reality. However, your outside perception has to do with how prospects and clients perceive your practice. The outside perception is developed through the interactions that your clients and prospects have with your practice. But here's the problem. If you provide unmatched and unequaled customer service and your patients absolutely love you, none of that matters if your prospects, if number one, they don't even know you exist as an option, or number two, they see your marketing and advertising, and because of your inability to market your business correctly, their perception is that you're no different, no better, or no worse than your competitors. I'd estimate that well over 95% of all practices are completely inept when it comes to marketing, and maybe all businesses in general. And the end result is that your inside reality and your outside perception are perceived to be different. That's why your marketing must do the heavy lifting for you. Let your marketing deliver eager, qualified clients to your sales funnel. Everyone looks at the internet as the end-all, be-all to all their marketing problems. But the reality is that the internet is a magnification tool that will amplify your mediocrity and screw up your marketing on a broader scale with bland messages that do nothing to facilitate the decision-making process of your prospects. Yes, the internet is an important tool in your marketing arsenal, but you need to have a great message. And that means you had better fix your strategic messaging that I've been talking about, or you're going to fail. This is what I mean when I say that everything you know about generating leads and growing your business is wrong. But let me clarify what that statement means. Based on what we've discussed so far, for decades, we've been conditioned to do marketing the wrong way. In the very early days of advertising, I'm talking about the late 1800s and the early 1900s, much of the advertising that existed back then was comparative in nature. Ads wouldn't just say, hey, we're better. And here's exactly why. Based on this and that on average, they did a pretty good job of building a case in helping buyers understand the important issues in regard to their particular product or service. The result was that the outside perception was generally a pretty good reflection of the company's inside reality. Then the most significant event in the history of marketing and advertising occurred in 1945. Television was commercially introduced for the first time. Up until then, total national distribution of an advertising message was extremely limited to radio, print advertising, and newspapers, or a few magazines or catalogs. But with the introduction of TV, large advertisers could buy a TV commercial and reach just about every living person in the country for $4,000 a minute, usually sold in 1 or 2 minute blocks. What a bargain, even in 1950s money. But back then, there were only 3 channels, so demand quickly outstripped the supply of commercials, and prices shot through the roof. In response to the rising costs, the length of commercials shrank down from 2 minutes to 30 seconds. This meant that advertisers had less time to educate us to the important and relevant issues and build a case as to why they were different, or better, or unique. So instead of attempting to use shorter ads that highlight their comparative benefits, advertisers changed tactics and started using slogans. That change made it harder and harder for the company's outside perception to accurately reflect its inside reality. But remember that marketing's first job is simply to get the prospect's attention. When running just 30-second ads, getting attention was still not a problem for these advertisers. After you grab the prospect's attention, you must then facilitate their decision-making process. Companies and their ad agencies found that this was a lot harder to do in only 30 seconds. But they also found out that they didn't really need to do it. Because of the number of real competitors, that is the number of competitors that can actually afford to advertise on TV and run ads against their ads, was wonderfully few. They could spend a ton of money running 30-second ads and win by default. Since businesses only have 30 seconds to try to convey what makes them special, they lump everything into jargon, such as largest selection, most professional, lowest prices, highest quality, best service, fastest, most convenient, largest in the state, more honest, we're the experts, we specialize, works harder, gets the job done, we're done right the first time, and has been in business for 4,000 years. Now listen, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be those kinds of things. Those actually make up the foundation you want to use to build your inside reality. But consider this. If my marketing says that I offer high quality and great service, isn't that rarely commonplace and predictable? Doesn't that lack power to evoke interest through overuse or repetition? Don't businesses stated as though it were original and significant? What really makes me good at what I do? Does that really shine through? Can you tell specifically what makes me valuable to the marketplace when I say highest quality or best service? So you simply can't describe, demonstrate, exhibit, reveal, or display our inside reality using jargon. It's impossible. And unfortunately, the end result is an outside perception that you're no different than anyone else. There's absolutely no distinction, no separation, and no differentiation. None. You just flat out can't make your inside reality and outside perception match up when you use jargon like this. In fact, let me give you a way you can easily and quickly evaluate your own marketing to see if you're getting caught up in the jargon trap. When you make a claim, don't think about it in terms of the words coming out of your mouth. Think about it in terms of the words entering your prospect's ears. This will enable you to realize just how absurd most jargon sounds. Look at the messaging in your marketing and then ask yourself what the prospect's immediate response might be. Let's discuss what I call the conversion equation. It has 4 main components. Let me start with a brief introduction and then I'll go into more detail. The first component of the conversion equation is called interrupt. This is simply the process of getting qualified prospects to pay attention to your marketing. This is often accomplished by affecting the prospect emotionally. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? Unfortunately, it's a lot more difficult to pull this off in real life, unless you understand what you're about to learn here. The second component is engage. Once the prospect is interrupted, it's critical to give them the promise that information is forthcoming. That will help them make the best decision possible, or in other words, facilitate their decision-making process. This is also best accomplished on an emotional level. The third component is educate. Once you've interrupted, engaged the client, you have to give them information that allows them to logically understand how and why you solve that emotional problem. This is accomplished by giving detailed, quantifiable, specific, inside reality revealing information. This turns the corner from an emotional sell. Remember, you interrupted and engaged them based on emotional hot buttons to a logical sell. This is easy to do if you just follow this conversion equation. And the fourth and final component of the conversion equation is the offer. Now, the prospect has been interrupted based on problems that are important to them, emotionally engaged by the promise of a solution to that emotional problem. And they've examined the educational information that makes your solution to that emotional problem real and believable. So the last step is for you to give that prospect a low, or better yet, no risk way for them to take the next step in the sales process. This can be accomplished by offering a free marketing asset such as a report, brochure, seminar, webinar, audio, video, or something similar. That educates them even more so the client feels in complete control of the decision-making process. This conversion equation follows the formula for what marketing is supposed to do in the first place. In fact, at this point, we can simply say that your marketing's job is to interrupt, engage, educate, and offer. Creativity in advertising has the number one job, which is to dream up something so weird, so strange, so shocking, so unusual, so attention-getting that it'll snap someone out of their state of autopilot. This is the first element of that interrupt. But here's the key. Once the brain is activated, it wants to be engaged. So it immediately and subconsciously searches for additional clarifying information. The brain wants to know, hey, what's this all about? How does this affect me? Do I need to do anything about this? Literally, on a subconscious level, the brain goes on a fact-finding mission. The bottom line is the brain wants to know, how is this important and relevant to me? Should I allocate any conscious bandwidth to this? So it searches for additional facts. If it finds them, it'll become engaged. If not, it will quickly revert back into autopilot. We call these important relevant issues hot buttons. In print advertising, magazines, newspaper, and so forth, the form of the headline is obvious. In radio, the headline is the first sentence they hear. In Google AdWords, it's the first bit of text they read. On television, it's the first thing they see and hear in brochures, business cards, other marketing collateral, in your company website. It's the first thing that they see. Now, here's the real key to success in marketing. The right offer allows you to capture a large percentage of all future buyers, in addition to those looking to buy right now. Here's an educational process that the client goes through from the moment they begin thinking about your product or service to the point to where they actually complete the purchase. Most marketing only caters to those now buyers who will be making a purchase decision in the very near future and does nothing or very little to educate those who are just thinking about it right now, but who might buy later. Here's the problem with that. At any given moment, the number of clients who are ready to buy right now represent no more than 1 to 3% of all those who are ultimately going to buy what you sell. You've got 97 to 99% of your prospects who are in the thinking about it and gathering information mode. But when they're attempting to gather information, you don't give it to them. This is where the fourth component of the conversion equation becomes absolutely huge. Your offer gives you the opportunity to provide additional educational information to the gathering information mode prospects, and in the process, capture valuable information about who these people are so that you can proactively market to them on an ongoing basis. This allows you to take total control of your target market. And what about digital marketing? You have to consider content, search engine marketing, social bookmarking, search engine optimization, data science and analytics, copywriting, e-commerce, if that applies to you, behavioral networks, local blogging, reputation affiliates, live video and audio, email, your website, mobile marketing, link sharing, paid advertising, conversion optimization, and social media, and so on. And we can go even deeper because in social media, we can look at Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and a host of others. And in paid advertising, we could consider Google ads, Facebook ads, other social media ads, retargeting, sponsorship, video, rich media banners, and many others. So now, not only do you have the core, but you also have the subsets and the subsets of the core. How do you know what to do first, then second, then third, and why? And how can you know for sure what impact each action will have? In the marketing field today, some suppose a marketing guru comes along and says, hey, if you want to grow your business, you should start running Facebook ads. But really, it makes no sense that you would avoid the core. Offering a solution to grow a business without doing a thorough diagnostic is similar to a quack of a doctor offering drugs to a patient without doing a thorough exam. That's blatant malpractice. This is why we created our proprietary eCoaching system. This platform gives me the unprecedented ability to uncover major financial breakthroughs across 40 areas of your business. One area we're going to look at is your conversion equation. Once we uncover your financial breakthroughs, the software analyzes and then prioritizes each area so you know exactly what to do first, then second, then third, and so on, based on which area can make you the most money in the shortest amount of time. We'll see how much more revenue and profits you should be able to earn every month over the next year. We only need to find you small incremental changes over a few areas for you to see your goals met. And I'll provide you with a step-by-step roadmap that will detail the exact steps to take to make all this happen. You'll see the exact steps to take so you start seeing new clients and patients right away. This is a fully interactive system, which means that you will never be alone in your journey. I will always be there. As we do, we'll uncover multiple areas where you have hidden profit opportunities. I will be reviewing your progress, but more importantly, you will be able to ask questions when you need help, which makes this true coaching and not just another training. The vast majority of practice owners I assess are so busy and overwhelmed. They often ask if I would help them implement the various strategies we reveal in the eCoaching. That option will be your call. There will be no selling on our part. If you would like help getting everything in place quickly, just let us know. But there is something we want you to know about my coaching services. Whether they are eCoaching DIY, meaning do it yourself, completely done for you, or something in between, not only are our fees easily affordable for any practice owner, but if you decide to work with me, it won't end up costing you 1 cent. Coaching with me is an investment and it will see a return. I hope, if nothing else, this information was valuable, and I would love to see you on our eCoaching platform. Remember, there's no obligation with our eCoaching. It is $295 month to month, no contracts. Looking forward to learning more about your practice and see you on the eCoaching sessions.